Hi guys, Maikeru here. This is my video on selling my Clue loot tab 4GP for Archaeology. I will showcase the loot tab itself and then I'll showcase the highlight of the items that are significant that I sold. You know, significant things like over 4,000 fortunate components and over 600 mil worth of puzzles, skipping tickets, etc. We have a lot of juicy stuff to sell and it's going to be a massive amount of GP. So let's get right into it. Just a disclaimer before we get into this video was made before Archaeology release. I sold my loot tab 4GP to fund the 200 mil Archaeology race. That means prices on Fortunates have gone up tons since then. In this video I do sell my Fortunates for a lot less than what they're worth now, and I'll go into that at the end of the video as well, like how much the tab would be worth right now, and it's kind of interesting. Although at the same time I did invest in my skilled chompers early and my porters early, and I got them at like a quarter of the price that they currently are at. So yeah, I lost here but I gained in other places, and it's all good. It's all hindsight, doesn't matter. But I wanted to say that before getting into the video. If you guys were like, what the hell? He's selling his alchemical onyxes so cheap? Yeah, I did. Let's get into it. This is my loot tab. I do have a Barrows die in there. It's the only die I did not sell yet. And I do have the Third Age Reef, which is worth a decent amount of money as well. I don't think I'll sell the Third Age Kite Shield or Robe Legs because I like them as like a collection item. They're only like 20 mil, so I'd rather keep them. Then as you can see, all of the ornament kits. Then we have some soul ornament kits, golden thread, elemental impetus, lots of good stuff there. Loads of teleports, things like the lumberyard and the lighthouse are expensive of those. I have over 1,300 comp bows, which is so many fortunate components right there. Then we have all of our misses on, you know, Third Age with the Gilded and the Elemental Battle Staves, stuff like that. 850 puzzle skipping tickets is a good amount of money as well. That's like 600 to 700 mil. Then we have all of our God pages, all of our salvage, some planks, some seeds, some potions. And then if we keep going all the way down, that is all of our fortunate components. And we do have a couple of the Master Clue rewards down here that I didn't actually sort out, so they're a bit everywhere. But it has all of my easy and medium fortunate components at the bottom. Then obviously all of the hards, elites and stuff are really nicely and neatly arranged above that. So many fortunate components. We have over 4,000 in this tab. You can see a lot of the stacks are over 20, and obviously we had the 1,300 combos. It's a hefty loot tab. Now it's time to sell it. Alright, first things first, we put all of our combos in the auto disassembler. That's going to take a day, and then I'll have all of my fortunate components from there. Are you ready? Let's see. Let's click the lovely pouch of components. Oh, that's such a cool feeling, man. 1,320 fortunate components. Loads are strong, loads are precise. Flexible, tensile, stave, whatever. But those fortunate components, man, they're so big. It just feels lovely to see that many all at once. That is insane. Also saved me having to disassemble them for like half an hour, so that's quite nice. Damn, the elemental impetuses sold instantly for nearly 10 mil each. That's way over mid. That's actually sick. Slow sold both of my magical threads for 1.5 mil over mid. 16.3 mil each, don't mind if I do. Because I only have one auto disassembler, this is my life for a little while. I'm going to have to sit here and disassemble my fortunate components. It's going to take a little while, but it'll definitely be worth it. And I do want to keep my alkers because I want to alk the salvage from this tab. So I'm not going to replace them with, you know, auto disassemblers or anything like that. I'll just do it myself. 39 mil in Sarah Page freeze. Oh, slow selling these puzzle tickets is going to be so nice. 600 mil. They've actually gone down a little bit. They did peak at like 750k, so I should have sold them before. But hey, it is what it is, right? I'm still super happy with that. What the... Slow sold my Sarah Page 2s for 32 mil. Do make sure you slow sell all of your pages, Sarah, Domin, Zamrak, whatever it is. You'll get way less if you don't slow sell them. It is time to check in my offer for the Barrows die. It insta-sold for 100k over mid. I will definitely take that. 162.5 mil for a Barrows die. Very nice. This is what I meant by my salvage. I have 300 mil worth of salvage that is going to be auto out over the next week. And I don't have to do any of that. Lovely. That's actually pretty cool. I tried to slow sell my Amulet of Fury's T for like 700k each, and they insta-sold a little bit over. That's much better than a Fortunate component, so I'm not going to complain. Because I'm now sitting at 2,100 Fortunate components, I want to make some of them into alchemical onyxes. That means I need refined components, so I need to use a junk refiner to turn my junk into refined. Although for the whole 4,000 components, I'm pretty sure I don't have enough junk. So I'm going to have to get a friend to refine some of their junk as well, probably. So I'm going to refine as much as I can until I run out. Okay, I've run out of junk, and that's a bit of an issue. Because I have 2,146 Fortunates, but I only have 1,988 refined. Which means I'm going to have 2,150 Fortunates, and I need 2,150 refined to make that many alchemical onyxes, as it's 50 of each per onyx. So now I need to go find a way to get some junk, I guess. I came across a very good method for junk, and that's using the Yanil Hunter shop and disassembling the items in there. They respawn super quickly, so what you want to do is buy 10 noose wands and then 10 butterfly nets. Once you've disassembled all 20 of those items, 10 noose wands will be back, but the butterfly nets won't be yet. So you want to then buy 10 noose wands and 10 teasing sticks. Then you repeat the process between those two variations, as the noose wands do stock faster than the others, and they are the best. Noose wands give you 12 rolls, and they give junk all the time, so sometimes you'll even get 12 junk, and then the butterfly nets and teasing wands give 8. So they can give 8 junk or, whatever. This actually leads to a decent amount of junk components. There is 16,000 junk. That is how much I need, and it took me just under an hour to get this, so that isn't that bad at all. 16,000 junk an hour is actually pretty good. Sold some Addy Salvage while doing all of that for 27 mil, nice. Right, this is going to feel so good doing a full inventory of alchemical onyxes all at once. Very cool. Gonna get all of these 28 done, and then I have nearly another full inventory, and I'll be selling, I think it's 45, so that'll be really, really neat. Then I should have around the same amount again with my friend's junk that they'll be using for alchemical onyxes, and I'll give them a bit of GP for the junk that they use and whatever. I slow sold every single one of my alchemical onyxes as they were on the rise for just under 30 mil each. They were 27 mil for the longest time. Nearly 30 mil each is huge. Obviously you do have to take away the 2 mil costs for the onyxes and a little bit for the junk, but pretty much around 28 mil profit per alchemical onyx. I gave my friend 45 onyxes for them to turn into alchemical onyxes. With the Fortunate components that I had in the bank, so obviously they disassembled those for me as well. They spent like 2 hours disassembling and refining stuff for me, so I really appreciate it. That is another 45 alchemical onyxes to slow sell. There's always so much money in the craziest stuff, like nearly 17 million anti-fires, and I'd already sold some of those with the whole Herblore update. 52 million dragon helms. You get those quite a lot in master clues and stuff, and then another 8.2 million perennials. All of these items really add up. It's crazy the amount of stacks of items you get after doing a decent amount of clues. All stacks are like worth something. These are literally the perfect example of that. The mystic staffs, 32 mil in the fire ones, 33 mil in earth, 31 mil in air, and 33 mil in water. It's crazy, man. And look, 60 million mahogany planks. It's all just so nice, man. Like, I could just show you items all day, but obviously I don't want the video to be too long. Just imagine lots of items like this. Although there isn't tons of items like this. This is the second lot of alchemical onyxes, selling again just under 30 mil each, and I sold 45 of the bad boys. 1.35 bill. Oh, lovely. That means I profited around 2.5 bill in alchemical onyxes alone when you take away the onyx price and stuff. That's nuts. Let's not forget about that lovely salvage that I put in my auto alchas a week ago. That has all been out now, and I got 316 million GP just from the alks as well. So with that all being showed, I do want to say that that tab was from all of my broadcast and bust consistent loot, but the big ticket items had already been sold, like the shadow dies, the ice dies, and most of the poop dies and stuff like that. I slow sold most of the tab, and it did take me probably about 2 weeks to sell it all because I was being very picky with the prices I'd choose on things to get the most amount of money for everything. After selling all of it except for the very small stuff that I like to keep for collection, like purple sweets, etc., I gained 5.43 billion GP. Then I've also had a good 5 billion dies as well. So over the whole of the broadcast or bust series, I've made about 10 bill, which is insane. Out of everything I've done, Slayer's made me a decent amount of money, Bossing has made me a decent amount of money, but Clues have made me the most money in game, for sure. So what would the tab be worth if I sold it right now? Most of the items would have sold for the same price overall. Some items will be selling a little bit higher right now with the double XP hype that is on the 8th of May. Some items will sell a little bit lower because they've gone down. But overall, I would have profited about the same amount from the general items, except for the fortunate components. Alchemical onyxes are now around 65 million GP each as of yesterday. I sold mine at 30 mil each, which is under half the price, which is insane. That means the current price of my tab would have been 8.6 billion GP. That is absolutely absurd. That just goes to show how good money clues are right now. Go get on them. Go do your hard clues in your bank. Get those fortunate components and make that money. Hopefully you did enjoy this video. Kind of funny to see how things changed with archaeology itself. And hopefully you enjoyed seeing me sell the tab and everything like that. Give the video a like if you did enjoy. Subscribe if you're new for loads of future content all related to Runescape 3. And until next time, see ya.